She has
And
to,
then I ripped out the whole day.
Okay, I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Recreation and Parks Board for the city of Fort Walker for this month. First item on the agenda is general discussion and hear statements from citizens.
You have a citizen.
Statement to make.
Well, first off, I wanted to let you guys know about our Memorial Day event that was held at Bayfront Peninsula Park. It's a very, very nice event. A little warm, but it turned out nice. It's a good event. And then upcoming, we have the Juneteenth event that will also be at Bayfront Peninsula Park, and I brought you guys a flyer about that. That should be full schedule, subject to change. And then I found out at the Public Works event that not everybody on this board was aware of the texting option. So I gave you guys all a flyer in case you haven't signed up for that. You can sign up by texting the number or scanning the QR code, and that'll get you signed up. And then we send out text about community information upcoming periodically. We're actually working on every Sunday night schedule, kind of the look at the week ahead. Wasn't a whole lot to look at after this week to look ahead, but we'll be doing like a Sunday night blast on that, kind of telling citizens and community what's upcoming.
She's here for you, Bill.
Yeah, that's good.
Anyways, that's all. That was my whole.
You did show up. That's good.
That's my only statement.
All righty, thank you.
thank you for all you do.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
All right. Do we have any other general discussion? Okay, I would like to remind you to put on your calendar June 25th, 2025, next regular Recreation and Parks Board meeting. June 25th. With that, we'll move on to item 2, approve minutes from the regular meeting held April 23rd, 2025. Have a motion to approve.
Either way, doesn't matter.
Whoever you. Or. We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Anybody opposed? Item number 3 on the agenda, receive monthly inspections report from Public Works Department. That should
It is
be
in the packet.
attachment and packet. See anything to highlight there that you know of, Jody?
Not that I know of, Wayne had another meeting at noon, so he wasn't able to attend. I haven't looked through this myself, but, I'm sure anything that's been identified, they're getting a report put on, but it looks, looking at it real quick, it looks like I don't see anything, significant.
Does anybody have any questions about anything they've seen in the reports? Those are available in the full packet if you want to go online and look at the details. Anything else on that? All right. We'll move on to item 4, receive update on park assignments from park board members. Let's see, we'll start with you, Greg.
Sterling Park, looks good. Let's see the problems.
Yes, I didn't drive by this morning, I usually do, but I did see it Monday and it looked good from the street anyway. All righty, Mary Lou.
George Adams have like white plastic where the monkey bars are, like crumbled up, a lot of plastic. I think it's plastic Or maybe that's something they need for the park. I'm not sure.
Which place?
George Adams,
I know, but which?
like where the monkey bars are. It'd be to the road leading up to the cemetery on the far side.
Where the.
Restrooms are. Uh,
Where the merry.
oh, yeah, maybe that's what it is. Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
What is it?
they are in the process of, or I haven't been over there, but they're supposed to be in the process of getting rid of all that, the old wood fiber and redoing that whole safety.
Surface, okay. Okay, I just thought.
Yeah, I had given them a deadline of Juneteenth to get that done.
Okay,
I think they've started.
I just kind of wondered what it was. Okay, that explains it. But other than that, it looks good.
Thank you. Olga.
Mine looks good. I noticed that they painted the bathroom floors on the park. They painted them right, light blue. And they did, but the ladies look really good. It makes the bathroom look really bright. I think it does. The men's didn't look like the paint took. And then the water fountain right in front of the playground. There's two of them, right? I believe the one that's in the bottom, I think that one's clogged. It's full of water. So they just might want to check it out. But other than that, the park looks good. I mean, my volleyball court looks good, the basketball playground, everything looks well.
And Philip Gonzalez should be starting on the music park. It's
That was,
dries up a little bit.
I wanted to see we had an update. So Philip Gonzalez is gonna do that?
Yeah, I mean, he and I met last week and we've got it all staked out. He was gonna try to get started on it this week, but I'm sure with all this rain.
Yeah, well, I saw a bunch of orange spots out there still, so I figured they were still working on it. And I knew we are shorthanded because of the mowing and stuff like that right now. I'm sure we're gonna be more shorthanded
Yeah,
now.
we're gonna be behind on that,
Yeah.
I'm sure. All righty, I'll go next. Bayfront. I was out there Monday at the memorial service and park looked good. As Tanya mentioned, it was a successful event. It was pretty well attended and it was a very nice service. So you missed it. Anyway, parking, Kevin?
Fire crossing is good. Some parts still looks good. Oh, there yesterday, I didn't see that, yeah, that bad. Everything up, the whole, seems good.
No. Next item on the agenda is receive financial status report from Parks Recreation Department. Is there anything to highlight here, Jody?
On the financial.
Oh, thanks. They did get the, oh, I'm gonna report on it later too. We did get the 4 lights up at my house. I mean, that's a big one car. But it not pay for them. Okay.
You got knocked off here.
I know.
So
Okay. Got it back up.
that was all on the,
Yeah, I don't, I didn't. Anything else?
Next item on the agenda is discuss financial reports at Lighthouse Beach Campground.
That, I did not have a chance to do that report, before today's meeting. I think, I mean, just looking at it, it looks like we've had a little uptick in reservations, but I will get that report done and email that out to everybody, so we've got a record of it. But, there hasn't been like an overnight significant increase. I think it has gone up a little bit, but of course, you know, this time of year, we expect it to go up a little bit. Anyway, but I will get that report done, so it's.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is receive update on Recreation and Parks Board Master Plan.
I don't know, I know several of you were able to come to the public meeting we had last Tuesday. Yes. I thought it was really good. I mean, of course, we can always want to have more people show up, but I thought, you know, being the week of so many activities at school, I thought it was relatively good attendance. We had a lot of good discussion. A lot of good ideas were shared from the community with our consultants as well as staff. I did what I've handed out to you. One of the things that we did at that forum, and we will continue to do, is Tanya and I have been working on coming up with something that we can use as a logo for the parks, so that then we can kick off a campaign where people can actually easily, they are so inclined, donate monies to Parks Fund, and just help publicize and help promote parks in Fort Walker. So these were 4 potential logos that we had come up with, and we were asking those in attendance last week to vote on them. Generally, it's most of the votes have been between the 3rd and the 4th one, but
I picked number 3.
I picked number 4.
we'll continue to promote that, and try to get something out on. I mean, it is on Facebook.
It's kind of
It's voted there. But we'll do this for a while, and then we'll probably, come bring all that data back to the Parks Board for final, rectification.
Bill and I, we had discussed that since we were on the signage committee. And we were under the impression that we needed to have something that was uniformed.
Well, this
The city-
this is for promotions. This is a logo just for parks. That something that we could, a tagline or something we can put on advertisements, with the QR code.
Like a bookmark?
No.
I mean, you could put it on a bookmark. if you-
Well, I mean, yeah.
Have like a bumper sticker or, sticker, just, something simple says, we love, or I love Port Lavaca Parks. Just to show support for the parks. And again, yeah, if we want to have, the city logo in there somewhere. I know we had talked about at one point that the O in Port Lavaca could be, the city logo as well.
There would need to be some cleanup with, some outlines and things like that, where on number 4, where the E kind of blends into the palm tree, we fix that. These are just
This
very
is
prelim to get
just to get an idea of what people like. And we'll continue to fine tune from there. But it's not for like signage, it's more of a logo for promotion. That makes sense.
I'm looking at these and there are pros and cons to all of them. My least favorite would probably probably be the second one, but I kind of like the simplicity of the third one. But I also like the fact that the fourth one has the waves on there and the palm trees. And I think with that one, since it has the word love in it, or no, yeah, love already in it, you could replace that part with the city sailboat logo on the O of the love part. And then it's not necessarily redundant. So that's just
So, I
my,
mean, we can, and there's things we can do, we can put waves under the third one. And we could play around with putting waves under the third one and replacing that, the O and port on that one with the city logo and just, like Tanya said, these are just, something initially, see what people like. Go back and we'll do some more tweaking and put some more up there. That's the objective, is come up with a catchy little logo we can use to promote where people can donate. Because some places may have like a Friends of the Parks. It's a nonprofit organization that generates extra monies for the parks. We don't have that unless somebody's willing to start one up. But as a city, I mean, we're nonprofit. You can get a tax certificate for donating to it. So, and the council has allowed us to set up a means to do that, a donation fund. So we're now this is part of the process and actually implementing that. Have some kind of a logo, we can put a QR code with it. People can put it on their phone and donate $5, $10, $100, whenever they are so inspired by the wonderful parks that we have that they want to help us keep it that way.
during the action we need to.
No, not right now, it's just for information, we did have a survey that was given out to the people that were there in attendance. And those that came, I hope you guys fill it out, but if not, it is on the front page of the city's website. And I think Tina's working, trying to get that on Facebook, so people can, we can get more participation. It's, questionnaire about what types of things you would like to see in the parks that they can use in developing this master plan. So if you haven't filled one out, you can, go on the city's website and it's on the front page there, that link to it, or wait a little while, we'll have it on Facebook. Put up there.
Wonder if you could add to this, that if somebody donated an extensive amount. I know when we did the memorial park building, anybody gave 2,000 or 1,000, they got a letter to get a tax cut on or a tax.
Yeah, I mean, anything above a certain amount, I think you get.
Yeah, it's gotta be over 500, something like that, but then they get a letter from the memorial, at least, if they do that. We haven't had that in a while.
Yeah.
If they did that, so.
Yeah, that would apply here as well.
Okay, anything else on that?
Yeah, I don't think so.
All righty. And we'll move on to the last item, discuss capital improvement plan. Fiscal year 2025 to 26.
I wanted to first give you a little recap of where we are at with this year's CIP. Also when I handed out, there's a picture of the completed crosswalk at Bayfront Park. The only thing left to do is, I did ask the Parks Department to get some of that, heat applied reflective, crosswalk tape. And we're gonna put down on either side of the crosswalk to, help it stand out at night. And clearly demarcate the crosswalk itself. So that line will be on the outside of the painting, not on the painting. We got a special protected clear coat that is on it, should help keep it, its vibrant colors there. But, Michael's keeping an eye on it as well, and we'll do touch-ups. Be ongoing touch-ups as needed, but with that clear coat, I'm hopeful that, they'll touch-ups too. But we got a lot of, positive comments about that, and it really does look nice.
I really like the one where I think the city put it on there, figure out what tails there were.
Yeah.
I thought that was so neat.
And I think, Eddie was the only one that got it right so far. Let's see, everybody gets 3 of them, but there's that 4th one that they're not sure about. And so this is, a quarterly capital improvement project report through, current. And the second and third pages of it include some parks projects. So the Bayfront splash pad improvements is complete. That was, it didn't end up costing quite as much as we thought we were thinking. We're gonna have to replace a feature on the splash pad, but they were able to repair it. And so it was, that splash pad is the ones that had their yellow cones that dump water. They were broken all last year, if you didn't know. And we were able to get those repaired this year. The big park improvements, which is the mural, the solar lights and some bollards. The mural's done, the solar lights have been installed, and Wayne's still looking at putting some wood bollards as you enter the park on the right side, on the traffic side of the these patches as you go around the corner. So he's still working on that portion. Then the Bayfront Park improvements, we have budgeted money for some pole banners for Bayfront Park. Oh, have those been?
They haven't been ordered, but we've gotten that close.
Okay, I think Tanya's working with Wayne or vice versa on that one. And that's in the works to get those ordered. We had $20,000 in there for irrigation and landscaping at City Park, and 15,000 at Butterfly Park. We are underway at the Bower Community Center improvements. And so my plan was, and I should be able to do that here pretty soon, is using the information that we got from the landscape architect for the Bower, and talking with Marvel Star, who's doing that work, I can put together a bid package for City Park and Butterfly Park to spend this level of money. So we're still planning on doing that. It just hasn't started yet. Unless you guys have any other ideas or suggestions to use that for something else. But we did want to try to get that spent this year. And so then, I know there was a lot of ideas shared at last week's public meeting about ideas. So I didn't know if you guys had a chance again to think about any projects that you would like to see us try to fit in, add to the plan, whether it be this year or scheduled for another year or so. I know we've been talking about pickleball. I know I had a few people say that, but again, I know they're playing pickleball at the fairgrounds, so I don't know if that's as urgent of a need as it may have been before, but I don't know what you guys have heard, what people have been talking to you, but we'll be looking at trying to put together the capital improvement plan during the next month. So whatever ideas you got, if you hear the public telling you, Of course, we're gonna be, relying a lot upon the master plan. But we don't want to wait on that. We've got some ideas we can go ahead and budget for next year, because the master plan, we won't be complete till, maybe, a year or so. Maybe a little under a year, but
A year
9 to 10 months,
for the master plan to be completed.
the whole thing, yeah.
Well, shall we just wait on that for the CIP? I mean, more or less.
We can, it's just like I said, money, is there something we want to be able to do this year that we know needs to be done?
My thing is, how's the pool? I've been hearing so much about fix the pool and fix the pool, and I said, as far as I know, it's fixed.
Yeah, I don't know what,
I don't know.
I haven't heard anything.
Okay.
As far as
I've been hearing that as far as when I ask people what they think about our parks, and that's the number one thing, and it's.
Do you know what specifically they're talking about?
I don't know, because they're always saying that it's broke and the pumps, and I mean, I'm assuming it's the clearing of the water, I guess. And stuff like that, and the only other thing I'm hearing is streets, and I know you don't wanna hear those, I mean, I tell them about parks, I says. I know, that's what I tell them, I said, no, I wanna know about your park, what do you think about them? And most of the people, they're just concerned, it seems like the swimming pool, but I did notice that this past weekend, that place was packed.
Has been.
I mean,
Yeah.
and I'm wondering if maybe we
Saturday.
need to
Really full.
put in the master plan another pool somewhere.
About, parking, whether we need to look at, some improvements to the parking lot at the pool. And we really can't add to where they're parking, but there's part of it, they are parking on the grass.
Yes, I saw that too.
Could extend some of that and then stripe it, it might be a little bit more efficient than what they're parking now. I'm not really sure on that, but that's one idea we could look at. Spending some money on making improvements in the parking. Potentially even, adding some parking once you get into the park. Too. We were talking about that, once the gate's up, if people didn't want to pay to get in or didn't have an annual pass, it was, the swimming pool parking was full, they would need to park at the Bower and walk across. Or, if you get an annual pass, you park in there.
Wherever you want.
Yeah.
Now that you mentioned the pass, because I did have this lady want to ask me, is she gonna need a pass? She wants to know, does she need a pass to walk? And I said, girl, I don't know. I'll
It's
have
only
to,
for vehicles.
only for the
But
vehicle
you just need to park outside,
outside, which by the pool, right?
either that or the Bower, yeah.
And the Bower. Okay, because she goes, I just go to walk, I'm gonna have to pay. And I says, I don't know.
Yeah, it's,
But then again, I need to ask her where she parks, because if she parks over there right in front of that walkway.
yeah,
she'll
once you get past there, any parking inside the park. So you would need to, park at the Bower or in the arts.
Yeah.
But again, somebody that lives here, most likely, they can spend $25 and get a year's pass and they're good.
Yeah.
Anything else? All right, we've concluded the agenda, so may I have a motion that we adjourn?
I can.
Have a motion in about 3 seconds. All in favor? Thank y'all for attending.